The summer weather is finally here. I couldn't resist coming out for a walk, just stretching my legs at lunchtime, get out in the sun a little bit. I haven't done any riding actually since Saturday. Today is Tuesday, and I had planned to do something maybe on Sunday, maybe an Alp or something, but we had a bit of news, I guess, at the weekend that's just thrown me off a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't really talk about it, but I kind of wasn't in the mood for riding the bike or anything, so haven't done anything. It is Tuesday Trundle time tonight, so I will jump on and do that. Looking forward to it. Can have a catch up with the guys on Discord and stuff, and then try and sort this plan for getting some more riding done, because I know I need to do it. I need to find the time to do it, so I might have a look maybe at a training plan, although that's never worked out very well for me, but we'll see, and we'll have a catch up later. I really enjoyed the Trundle on Tuesday. 5 laps of just the flat part of Richmond, and then the hour cut out literally as we were about to do the climb. So I stayed on, did the climb up Libby Hill, cuts out at the top. Libby Hill's the first climb in Richmond, and it cuts out at the top. I carried on and did the other 2 and completed the lap round back to the start of Richmond. About an hour and a half. Now what I did do, and I don't normally do this, I fancied doing some sprinting. So I got involved with a sprint, I think of the 3 out of the 5 laps. And I actually managed to hold over 1,000 watts for 5 seconds. And I'm really pleased with that. My first target was being able to hit 1,000 watts. I've done it before. I just wondered whether I could do it again. I did. And I was looking at the data afterwards. It's difficult with the 3-second average on the display on Zwift, because it takes a while to get to where you want it to be. And I'm sure it only showed over 1,000 watts very shortly for a short period of time. But I checked the data afterwards and it was over 1,000 watts for 5 seconds. So I'm really, really chuffed with that. Especially since I was just looking for a bit of a trundle around rather than going like crazy. But that's different. That is for tonight. Going for crazy is Thursday. It's time for the race. 7 laps of LaGuardia Loop in New York, 22 kilometers. So not a short one, but not a massively long one, but enough to not want to go all out from the start like last week. So I'm going to get myself sorted, get on the bike, and we can do the race. Right, on the bike then. We've got 4 and a bit minutes until we start. I'll tell you what, it has been a warm day here today. It's still about 27 degrees, 6:30 in the evening. And getting my excuses in early, do you know what? Since I've been doing keto, I've slept so well. I just sleep through most nights without a problem, and I still struggle to get in the morning. Get up in the morning. I'm in that much of a deep sleep. But last night I could not sleep. I don't know whether it was slightly warmer. I wouldn't say it was unbearable heat at all, but for some reason I just couldn't get to sleep, and I've been yawning and tired all day. I don't know how that will affect riding. Let's wait and see. I think my main aim, as usual on this, is just try and stick with my group and see what unfolds from there, to see if there's any chance of catching C's and B's and A's when they come through. I don't know. I think this is quite a flat course, 7 laps, 22 kilometers. So I don't know. Hopefully there isn't going to be, I know New York's quite up and down though, and that could cause me problems if there's any prolonged hill. I should have checked the course before, shouldn't I? But I guess we'll see. I'm just going to get my legs moving, get ready for the countdown to start. All right, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get the legs going. Try and stay in this group. Oh, I could have adjusted my weight a little bit today. I'll tell you about that afterwards, but could have been a little bit of an advantage. But yeah, right. Staying in this group of D's as long as I can. Try and make sure we stay together and keep our lead over the C's. Let's go. Okay, 2.5k leading, nearly. Still in with the group. About to start the first lap. We've got D. Howarth, M. Blundell, DC Marks, D. Duncan, Rebel Spawn, C. Cole, C. Cross, 30 seconds back. Don't know whether you missed the start or have fallen off the back slightly. And the C's are still 155 behind. Hopefully we can keep that gap up for a while. Let's get up this hill. Right, just coming around to finish the first lap. We're all still together and we've still got a 148 lead over the Seacat. Hopefully we can keep this pace up. Well, I'm not sure I can. Come on. The D-Cat group is now split. I've gone off the front with C. Cole completely unintentionally. I threw a feather down on one of the climbs and shot out the front. DC Marks and M. Blundell just 2 seconds behind. Rebel Spawn, D. Duncan, 10 behind. With the C's, 1:38 behind. Starting the third lap. Come on. Right, coming around to finish the third lap. D. Duncan and M. Blundell. DC Marks and M. Blundell caught up with us in that last lap, which is good because there's now 4 of us in the draft. And the C's are 1:15 behind. We're nearly halfway through and they're still over a minute behind. Come on. And in lap 4, I'm struggling to talk now. Still the 4 of us. Still got a 1 minute, 4 seconds for the B's. The B's are now in with the C's. Can they catch us in 3 laps? I don't know if I can keep going at this pace. Just going to push as hard as I can. Up here one more time, come on. I can't catch my breath. I'm trying to. I've got to push up this hill again now. Oh, come on, Matthew. Keep going. You can do it. All right. End of the 5th lap. The B's and C's must have, some of them have jumped on, cut that gap to 20 seconds. So they are definitely going to catch us in the next 2 laps, probably this lap coming up. I'm starting to lift and coast a little bit here as well. So, feeling it. I'm hoping everyone else is in the pain that I'm in as well. Come on. Here come the B's then. Just as we're climbing this little incline, the B's go through. No way I'm trying to latch onto those guys. That is for sure. Just gonna keep it steady. Let's see if anyone else goes. See if DC Mox gives it a go. Good luck, mate. All right, coming around again. DC Mox has dropped back to us. And I think we're just about to lap C Cross and D Howarth. Really sorry about that, guys. I know it's horrible when you get lapped. A Pimer's dropped in with us as a group now. We've got a minute lead over Jay Robinson and Rebel Spawn and D Duncan 1:27. So hopefully we can keep that gap over the last lap. 1 to go. Come on. All right, 1 kilometre left. And I really don't know if I can sprint to the finish if it comes to it. Heart rate's been pretty high. Can't get it down. I'm definitely struggling. I nearly fell off the back of this group a minute ago. So just 800 metres to go. Come on. And nothing left to sprint. I just sprinted to get there ahead of C. Cole. But A. Pimer and DC March just went early. I didn't go with them. I couldn't go with them. But I'm really happy with that. Really happy. Really enjoyed that. 245 watts, 2 watts per kilogram. Heart rate up there, 36 minutes 30. And we were out the front waiting for that big group of B's to catch us, which they did. I think we kept the C's behind us maybe, or some of them. I don't know, I'll have to look at the results in a second, but let me just recover and then we'll have a look at the results. Right then, results. Sprint to the line in the B-Cat, Jay Jonesy, 35.40, and just behind N. Corbin. In second, another very good, the rest are really close here. C. White, 35.42, Jay Bushell, 35.43, C. Swan, same, C. Moore just a second behind, and C. Waring just 2 seconds behind that. Must have been a great finish Awesome racing, everyone, and well done to catch us. Sort of, what were we going? We were going into the second to last lap, weren't we? By the time you caught us. Then we had Enslevin, 35.55, and then the group that I was in for a while, A Pimer, DC Marks, just finishing ahead of me. They kicked at the end and I just didn't see it, and I was too slow to react. I don't think I would have made it anyway, to be honest. Let's have a quick look. We've got first Seacat over the line. Oh, nice. A Pimer was the first Seacat over the line. Awesome job bridging that gap when the bees came through. DC Marks the first. DCat. I came in 11th. I'm happy with that. Really, really happy. I think, and obviously the benefit of it wasn't a particularly hilly course, but the benefit of the weight loss is keeping me towards the front as well, which is good. C. Cole finishing just behind. And then we have a mixture of C's and D's. J. Robinson in 13th. Rebel Spawn 14th. I. Ferguson 15th. D. Duncombe 16th. And C. Finlayson is 17th. There's a couple of people that were in the race that either potentially haven't crossed yet. I don't know what happened to M. Blundell. He was with us. He's definitely not finished. And maybe he had a cut out or something, unfortunately. That's gutting. Because we had that nice little... I didn't intend to go out the front when I did. And then you guys caught up and we stayed as that group of 4 for a good few laps, which I think really, really helped. I think if we'd stayed as 2-2s, we wouldn't have kept that gap quite as big. Yeah, great bit of riding. Really enjoyed it. I'm buzzing. It probably doesn't look like it because I'm knackered. But considering how tired I was before, to stay in that front group all the way, oh, it makes me so happy. Oh, time for a shower and some food. I'll catch you later. Before I go, 3 more people across the line. FP in 18th, C Cross 19th, and D Howarth in 20th. I don't know how many people joined. There's 24 next to the little black icon. There may be 4 people who haven't finished or potentially had problems or didn't even start. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to shut up now and go and get some food. Another awesome race. It's so good to be in and amongst the riders and not falling off the back. I think obviously my weight loss, watts per kilogram have increased. I've improved my cycling over the last sort of 18 months. So it's really, really good to be able to sit in with a group, and I'm starting to really enjoy the races because it's given me more of a challenge. And because I can stay with people longer, I'm managing to push for longer as well. So really, really enjoyed that one. I mentioned weight loss this week, a pound lost. I'm actually really happy with that it is a loss. I have struggled this week with cravings and probably slightly overeating, especially the weekend and Monday. Before the weigh-in on Thursday, I just felt like hungry all the time. I didn't drop off the keto. Everything was keto, but I just seemed to eat a lot. So to come out with a pound loss, I'm really, really happy. Hopefully the weight loss continues and it will keep coming off. But yeah, another awesome result. I was actually checking the scales data. Remember, I bought those scales back in January. And I lost a fair amount when I first started with them. And then I put a little bit back on, had the wobble with COVID and a few other things going on. And then went on to keto about 7 weeks ago. And I've dropped again. So overall, I've lost over 2 stone now. 21 pounds, I think, has been on keto. So happy days. Don't forget, you can actually join the Target 2.5 Club on Zwift now. It's now a searchable function within the club's section of the companion app. Just go in there, search for Target 2.5, hit the join button, and then I'll approve the request. Most of our rides, well, 2 of our rides of the week are done through the companion app or through the club's function, the Tuesday Trundle and the Thursday night race. We can't yet do banded group rides through clubs, so we still have to do those as invites to meetups. And obviously the RGT races that we do are on a totally different platform, nothing to do with Zwift. So, but join the club and you'll get instant notifications of when we set those rides up and find out all of our rides coming up on there. Aside from that, all of our ride details every week are in the description below. You can also join the team or the club on Strava and on Zwift Power. Details in the description below. Join those if you want to. Follow all the different platforms that we do. The best place to get the information, or the best 2 places to get up-to-date information, are on the Facebook group or the Discord channel. So join one of those, and that's where all the discussion is, and we tend to put rides up and things on there closer to the time. But again, if you want to join any of those, in the description below, you'll be able to find all the details. that is the end of this week. I've really enjoyed my cycling this week. I had a bit of a difficult start to the week, as I mentioned, but the cycling part has been good. I just haven't had that opportunity to up the distance a little bit. I did on the Tuesday Trundle, some extra distance in there. So hopefully next week, and I'm thinking of having a look, as I mentioned earlier, at a training plan. I haven't had the chance to this week. It's just this, things have been really busy recently with work and other stuff going on. But at least this is the time where my cycling would have stopped before, and potentially a diet. So to get through this period where I'm still sticking to keto and still getting on the bike, that's a massive improvement from what it would have been 2 years ago. So I'm really happy with that. But if you have enjoyed this video, do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.